just snuck around so y'all didn't have to all watch me try to get up the stairs. Uh-huh.
You're running out on us.
Yeah. Yes.
So are you going to do a welcome before we do
No.
the prayer?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I just gonna stand. I just looking at what we have. Mr. Hanson, look nice, brother.
I am very humbled to be part of this.
Very. Me too. Every year.
So they told me I couldn't give a speech tonight, but I couldn't leave here without saying thank you to each and every one of our teachers, each and every one of the faculty and the staff for leading us on this journey. Now, will everybody please bow your heads and pray? Dear Lord, thank you for bringing us here tonight. Thank you for gathering us here to celebrate our graduates in this class of 2021. Thank you for the families. Thank you for the teachers. And most of all, thank you for blessing us each and every day. In your name I pray. Amen.
He took the words out of my mouth. Thank you for that prayer. I want to tell you tonight that it makes me proud. Before I start with introductions, it makes me proud to say that I'm at a school, that we are at a school, that your kids are at a school, to where the student body wants and asks and demands that they have a prayer before graduation begins. It's one of the reasons that I kind of like hanging around and still being a part. It's a pretty cool deal. That being said, lots of things I could say tonight, but probably the thing that's biggest on everyone's mind, of course, is 21 has, who knew last year when we were here what this year would bring. And I don't know what to say except thank you, and that's for your grace. Thank you for your understanding, and you being you guys and our students for all of the issues that we've had to deal with this year. I know without a doubt that not everyone has always agreed with every decision that has been made this year. Please know that probably not all of us, administration and board, agreed with all of the decisions that we had to make this year. Please know that those decisions were made with the information and the direction that we were being given on what we needed to do for our students, our faculty, our staff, and our community. That all being said, you see these captions where people are celebrating anniversaries and they say, I wouldn't want to do life with anyone but you. Well, I'm going to tell you today that we do not want to do school with anyone but you, because what a year. Enough about that. I hope that we don't have to talk about that in the future. I hope that between vaccinations and isolations and mastications and so forth and so on, that we are past that and that we are able to do school as we know to do school. I've got to tell you, though, your staff has been amazing. The students have been amazing, because we started last spring trying to get prepared for virtual learning, trying to get prepared for being able to, and I'm just telling you, acquisition of all the technology that we had to acquire, put it all together, get the programs in place. Your staff stepped up and dug in at home plate and hit a home run. Your students, it takes a lot of self-discipline, a lot of direction from you, and just a super, super job. Enough of me bragging on everybody. I could go on all night as far as what that has meant to us. thank you to the Civic Center for the acquiring or the allowing us to use their facility again for our graduation services. It's always got a few bumps trying to make everything come together, and there are always a few people that are responsible for making that come together. And of those few people, I am not one of them, okay? A lot of people put in a lot of time, a lot of effort in being able to have this here. I'll start naming names, and you know as well as I do that I will leave people out. That being said, your principal, Mr. Chris Burke, your assistant principal, Mr. Steve Henson, Miss Laura Bedford, Miss Carrie Fulton, your counselor, then in the trenches, on the ground, Catherine Yarborough, Blake Yarborough. By the way, the pictures that you see of your graduates, that was done at home, in-house. We purchased a new machine, and it is phenomenal with what it can do. Those are yours, seniors, to take with you, to take home with you. And we took the pictures. We made Catherine, you like that? We took the pictures. Catherine took the pictures. Catherine made the prints, and I think a phenomenal job with a little help from Blake. So thank you, Catherine. And of course, the Misty Penleys of the world, the Deborah Glovers of the world, those people in the trenches that put everything together to make it happen. On the stage with me tonight at your 2021 senior graduation, I will start with your Board of Education. You know this without me having to tell you, but I don't even know where to start in telling you. I think we're a little different. I think Oktaha is a little different. I told this at the 8th grade graduation, and I had a teacher, Misty, that I won't name your name as to who said it, but the other night at the graduation, I was talking to the 8th grade, and I said, I told this couple from Florida, they were asking how their senior was going to do, and I said, he'll be fine. There's two things we don't do real well. We don't do arrogance real well, and we do not do disrespect real well. Out of those two things, he'll be fine. And after it was over, Misty was saying, you didn't say that to those. I said, what? I said, exactly what I said to them. And so that being said, thank you for allowing them, or your board, to run the kind of school and have the kind of school that you want your children to be a part of. And I just, Jacob and Kaylee, when you guys come in, we can dress up, we can look nice, but thanks for keeping it a little country too. I kind of like that, okay? A little dirt on the boots and a little country doesn't hurt a thing. What I started to say was, you know that your board serves without any pay, and they serve at the discretion of you allowing them to be on the board. But I want you to know that the things you can't have on the board and have a school like you have, you can't have people on the board with personal issues at stake. You can't have people that get on the board to fire a teacher, fire a coach, and so forth and so on, and have the school that you have. Personal issues have no place on the Board of Education. The Board of Education sets the policy and direction for your school. They set the things that myself and these guys behind me on your right, my left, have to run your school by. As I said, they serve with no pay. They serve sometimes more than once a month, and they make decisions that give us direction to allow us to operate your school. That being said, as president of your board, serving in his 41st year on your Board of Education, Mr. James Murr. James. I've been at Oktaha 37 years, so I only know of 37 mistakes that James has made in the time that he's been there. So, so, serving as vice president of your board in her 24th year, Miss Belinda Hall Garrett. Serving as clerk of your board in his 5th year, Mr. Alan York. Alan? Serving in her 9th year, but in reality on the board for a lot longer than that. Jamie, her husband, was on the board to begin with. Then, of course, her son, Darren Smith, I never failed to mention that. And now Katie Smith is on your board, a member. If I didn't say it, in her 9th year. And in his 3rd year as a member of your Board of Education, Mr. Terry Scott. I told Terry if he kept wearing a suit, we're going to nominate him and run for chief. And yeah, that's what I say, too. That'd be all right with all of us, wouldn't it? On my left, your right, as administrators of your school, the people that day to day are in the trenches with your students, day to day are in the trenches with your teachers, day to day make the decisions on what happens and what doesn't happen. Your high school principal, Mr. Chris Burt. Chris. Your elementary principal, Miss Laura Holt. Laura. Your assistant high school principal and director of our alternative school, and it's kind of like he said when he came tonight, he said, man, I just feel blessed to be here, and it's kind of what we all feel. Mr. Steve Henson. Steve. Carrie, you're going to have to walk out on stage. You can't stay back there and hide. Your high school counselor, Miss Carrie Fulton. Not working well. They're like, oh no, now I can hear him. What am I going to do? I've got a head cold, so I'm probably talking so loud you didn't need the microphone to begin with. But anyway, that finishes that. All my last comment is this. Again, we wouldn't want to do school without you. I don't know how to tell you, as Mr. Henson said, how blessed we feel to be at a school that allows us to operate and function the way we operate and function. It makes it really, really cool. For me to tell you we're a little different than most, I'm going to tell you we're a little different than most. So thank you for all of your support through the years, all of your being there for us, all of you stepping up when we ask you to step up. You've done a great job. You need to give yourselves, as well as our graduates, a round of applause. Congratulations tonight. It's your night.
Good evening, parents, teachers, administration, family, friends, and fellow graduates. My name is Carly Fuel. I know most of you won't really listen to what I have to say, therefore I'm going to get through this very fastly. First, I want to give all the glory to God for all that He has done for me over the years. Next, I'd like to thank my family, friends, teachers, coaches, and most importantly, my parents, for always being there for me in all aspects of my life, always pushing me to be the best that I can be. Classmates, I want to challenge you to change someone's life, a neighbor or someone in the community. Find someone who needs a skill or resource you possess and give it freely. Be a friend to the elderly with no family. Be that someone that you needed when you were younger. These gestures, which might seem small to you, could mean the world to the person on the receiving end. I dare you to challenge others, expect much of yourself, and expect the same of others around you. Look for those who need a little nudge and encourage them along the way. Lead them by example and let them be inspired by what you've dared to become. Some of you may have noticed at the beginning of my speech, I said fastly, which isn't even a word. However, as these chapters are ending and new ones are beginning, remember, we are all going to make mistakes and we will fail at some point. You just have to laugh them off and remember everything will be okay. Not everything's going to go your way in life. People around you will be waiting for you to fail, but what really matters is how you respond to your own failure. Own your mistakes, learn from them, and get back up because the sun will come up in the morning. Every day is a new chance. As we leave this place that has been home to us for so long, we will soon be moving on to new themes. For some, it may be far away, work, college, or whatever you may choose. Oktaha Public Schools and all those a part of Oktaha, thank you from the bottom of my heart for teaching and loving me over the years. Thank you for making me feel like I matter, making me feel like a person and not just another number. So for the class of 2021, it has all gone by so fastly. Remember to embrace your mistakes, be the best version of yourself, and fear not. I wish each and every one of you the best of luck. It has only just begun.
Tonight, we will recognize two students that are co-salutatorians. The salutatorian award goes to the student with the second highest grade point average in their class. Both girls have a 4.25 weighted grade point average. So at this time, I'd like to recognize class of 2021 salutatorian Carly Fuel. Come over here, Ms. Lexi.
Hello, I am Jaden Bacon, and I am one of your class of 2021 co-salutatorians. This speech will be short and sweet. That's what I'm supposed to say, right? Well, I want to start off by saying a big thank you to all the people that have helped shape me into the person I am today. At first, I was having a really hard time finding the right words to say until I got a notification with this quote from Misty Copeland. Anything is possible when you have the right people there to support you. And I don't think there are any truer words. I want to say a big thank you to my family, friends, and the teachers and staff. To my siblings, I thank you for the constant competition of who the smartest kid was, because it always pushed me to do my best. But, just for the record, I'm clearly the smartest one. To my parents, I thank you for the constant encouragement in everything that I chose to do. Thank you for always believing in me, and giving me the extra push when I needed it the most. Thank you for never giving up on me and teaching me the importance of hard work. I love you more than you'll ever know. To my friends, I want to thank you for the countless memories that were made, whether we were in the lunchroom or walking the halls to class. I will forever cherish the random nicknames that not many people understood, but always had the greatest story behind them. To the greatest teachers and staff that this girl could have ever asked for. Thank you. I want to thank every single one of you for the constant support and encouragement both in and outside of the classroom. Lastly, to not only my classmates, but my friends. I am so grateful to have such an amazing group of individuals standing here in these cap and gowns. While our paths may differ from this day forward, I would like to leave you with one final piece of advice from C.S. Lewis. There are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind. Thank you.
Class of 2021 salutatorian Jaden Bacon.
Good evening, all. Tonight we are graduating high school. We are all about to go our separate ways in life. The class of 2021 has never been very big, so I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet as we take a look back at the past. It all started back in pre-K. The original members of the class of 2021 are Jaden Bacon, Cheyenne Capps, Alana Collins, Levi Edgar, Carly Fuel, Ethan Frazier, Baylor Ham, Morgan Newman, Ian Scott, Harley Stevens, Spencer Trammell, Rebecca Walker, Dale Watson, and Jocelyn Williams. Next came kindergarten, where we only added two, Kaylee Campbell and myself, Jaylee Burris. Moving on to first grade, two new students were introduced to the class, Gracie Britton and Anna Hudson. Nothing changed from first grade to second. We went in with the same people as we left with. Third grade wasn't much of a change either. We gained one new student, Adam Johnson. Fourth grade brought us Deegan Jernigan and Cortland Williams. Along came fifth grade, where all we gained was Gavin Sheets and Landon Harriman. Sixth grade, we were finally at the top of the food chain. Daniel Callahan and Dallas Bowen came this year. Elementary school was a blast, but it was finally over. We were moving up to the high school building. Seventh grade year, we got three new students, Dakota Clark, Dylan Grady, and Jacob Yandel. The year we graduated eighth grade, we welcomed Egan Bowen, Gracie Penley, Noah Pratt, Zane C., and Jimmy Youngst. Freshman year, the start of our high school career, we added Aubrey Bowers Harris, Jaden Simpson, and Lily Spears. Sophomore year came, and with it brought us Carissa Reynolds and Logan Short. Dylan Nelson joined us for a very short-lived junior year. Finally, it's senior year. Kanan Mayberry, Lane Shows, and Scott Zinn added to the class of 2021 at Oktaha. As we all go in our different directions, I just want to wish all of my fellow classmates the best in life and thank you for all the memorable times. Class of 2021, it's been real and it's been fun, but it ain't been real fun. You may be seated.
Hey. My name is Ethan Frazier, and I'm honored to be this year's valedictorian. So the first thing I did when I knew how to write this speech is I Googled some tips, and it said I should start off with a joke, so this is my attempt at it. What do you call Chewbacca when he has chocolate stuck in his hair? A chocolate chip Wookiee. Yeah! Okay, now that we got that out of the way, on to the part where I'm supposed to thank people. I first want to say thank you to my parents for never accepting anything but my best, whether that be in academics, basketball, around the house, or in life. And thank you for always being supportive in everything I've done. I also want to say thank you to the Oktaha staff, faculty, and community. You have all taught me a lot, not only inside the school, but outside as well. You have taught me lessons that I can carry on throughout my life. They have ranged anywhere from basic English and mathematics to how to properly address people and how to reach my full potential in everything that I do. For this, I am thankful. And it really is crazy how this is the day we have envisioned for ourselves since we have began school. We wanted this day to get here so fast. However, now that it's over, we'll go home and we'll talk about the good old days that we had in high school. And to put it bluntly, some of us will never talk to each other again, or for a while, then we'll fall out. But the memories we have made together will last us forever. And I just want to say thank you to my classmates for all the memories that we have shared. These will be the memories that I look back on for forever. The next thing that Google suggested was that I give an inspirational speech to help motivate everyone here to know how me and my fellow classmates are going to go grab life by the horns. And to be honest, I don't know how good we will be at that. I mean, we do have a graduate sitting here today with his mouth wired shut from riding bulls. Sorry to call you out, Dakota. But it is okay. We have all messed up and made mistakes, like Carly said. Obviously, they're not too major because we're all standing here today in one piece for the most part. Have we learned from our mistakes? Probably not. But more often than not, we have grown from them. I mean, for example, if I had not been valedictorian, I would not have to stand up here and give this speech. I could be sitting in my chair relaxing. Instead, I'm standing up here sweating through my shirt, giving this speech. This will definitely be something I never do again. And as you can see, I've learned from this experience. And that's what we have to do as we go through life. As we graduate, we go into a new phase. Some call it adulthood, some call it the end of freeloading. But no matter what you call it, we will make mistakes as we embark on this new adventure. But mistakes make up a person just as much as their successes. So I'm not going to stand here today and tell my class to be perfect. We are far from it, but we are the class that stands here today. So I'm not going to ask you guys to be perfect. Be flawed, make mistakes. You will be more unique that way anyways. Just take every day one step at a time, and if you mess up one day, just brush it off and move on to the next day. Just take it one day at a time. And finally, one word of advice to my graduate students. So the past few years have been crazy, and so this moment is a very proud moment in your family's lives. The sense of relief that they are feeling is incredible. This would be a great time to ask them for money. Thank you, guys.
The valedictorian award goes to the student with the highest grade point average in their class. Ethan has a 4.6 weighted grade point average. Class of 2021 valedictorian Ethan Frazier.
Good evening. On behalf of the Oktaha Classroom Teachers Association, I would like to present a $100 check to the outstanding senior for the 2020-2021 school year. This student is chosen by the teachers based on scholarship, leadership, and citizenship. It is my privilege to present this year's award to Gracie Penley. At this time, I'm also going to be giving out our elementary teacher of the year. Would ask that Mrs. Ashley Salee come forward. She was chosen by her peers for her hard work and dedication this year. She took on a new job as our elementary virtual teacher, and she did a fantastic job. We appreciate all the work that she put into it. She did pre-K through 6th grade. It was a lot of work, but she did a great job for us.
At this time, I'd like to recognize our district teacher of the year. Misty Penley, are you in the house? Misty was recognized Tuesday night as the junior high school building teacher of the year. Tonight, we're going to honor with the district-wide teacher of the year. This is voted on by all the teachers in our district. Misty also took on virtual learning for our junior high kids and had a great year for us. Misty Penley, District Teacher of the Year. At this time, it's kind of a Oktaha tradition. Our seniors would like to recognize loved ones and pass some flowers out. So we'll take a few minutes for them to do that, and then we'll get on with the graduation. Thank you.
I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call mine own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy.
Are we going to go ahead and move this now?
They can say
Members of the Board of Education, superintendent, faculty, parents, relatives, and friends, the Oktaha senior class, having met the requirements established by the Oklahoma State Department of Education and the Oktaha Board of Education, is presented for the presentation of diplomas. Will the first row please rise? Jaden May Bacon. Aubrey McLean Bowers Harris. Egan Drake Bowen. Dallas Nicole Boland. Gracie Lynn Britton. Jaylee Ruthann Burris. Daniel Rodney Q. Callahan. Kaylee Jade Campbell. Cheyenne Jade Caps. Dakota Wayne Clark. The first row may be seated. Will the second row please rise? Alana Elizabeth Louise Collins. Landon James Donahue. Levi Weston Edgar. Can you go, homie? Carly Renee Fuel. Ethan Mackley Frazier. Dylan James Grady. Anna Kate Elizabeth Hudson.
Hey, can you please zip your... Yes?
Deegan Matthew Jernigan.
You said do I have to?
Adam Garrett Johnson. Jimmy Robert Youngs. The second row may be seated. Will the third row please rise? Canon Lee Mayberry. Morgan Nicole Newman. Gracie Ellen Pinley. Noah Jake Pratt. Carissa Lynn Reynolds. Ian Cole Scott. Zane Otto C. Gavin James Monroe Sheets.
Do you need it? You can't do it without it. Do it without it?
Logan Short. Lane Philip Shows. The third row may be seated. Will the fourth row please rise? Jaden Christopher Simpson. Lily Ann Spears. Harley Lynn Stevens. Spencer Taryn Tremmel. Rebecca Christine Walker. Dale Arthur Watson III. Cortland Blake Williams. Jocelyn Taylor Ray Williams. Jacob Lane Yandell. Will the candidates please rise? Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the 2021 graduating class of Oktaha High School.
You need to just hold this. That's fine. But you gotta hold both of them. Because this is the live stream. Good.
I don't even get to have a podium. Oh. Thank you all for coming to our 2021 graduation. If you don't mind to bow your heads as we do a closing prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for allowing everyone to be here with us on such an important day. Everyone here worked so hard to be able to sit in these seats, and for that we have you to thank. Be with us as we enter into new doors and as we meet new people along the way. May we flourish into the people you have planned us to be. And I pray that we never forget who is always there to hold us up. I pray everyone has a safe night no matter their plans. In your name we pray, amen.
Good job.